Well, I mean, this is weird, but I'm loving this. This is like my first face-to-face encounter, like in over a year.
Jesus
Like,
Christ. Welcome back, people. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the world. We're slowly coming back now.
Honestly.
I mean, first of all, like, introducing one of the biggest plugs in the UK worldwide. I've got London the plug.
Hey, what's going on, people? What's going on?
What's going on with you, girl?
What's going on, man? Like, it's a lovely day. First of all,
do you know what? It couldn't have picked the perfect day for this.
Honestly, like, I feel like it's just everything's just lining up correctly.
It just like the universe has been speaking to us.
It's speaking to us, man.
Yeah, and we
back out of lockdown ish. Nearly there.
Yeah, I mean, Boris just let us out completely.
Come on, please.
Yeah, we want to party so hard now. But I mean, first of all, like, how are you to start with? I mean, you know, the past year has been crazy. I've been telling loads of artists and loads of people. I've been used to being in front of a screen and chatting to artists, but this is the first time I get, human interaction is there.
I'm not fake. I'm not fake. It's all real. Green screens. No green screens.
Everything real on all of us.
Jeez.
So, I mean, how you've been feeling? Like, how you feeling even, like, things slowly opening up, and how you feeling right now?
Do you know what? I must admit, like, if you asked me this a month ago, I was dead in the dumps. But it's like now, it's just pretty much it's gone from 0 to 100. I don't know about you. It's like almost like I was like, I cannot wait to work and do things again, and then everything's just come all in one. Yeah. So now I'm working on festivals, 2 events, tour life. It's just like all jam packed into like a blah. You know, take that. Oh, you had a rest for 2 years. Okay, take this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the vibe. It's like on right now.
You've been in your PJs for like 2 years now. It's like it's just whipped your ass all of a sudden. Get back into shape.
Let's go.
I mean, obviously we're gonna go into everything as far as what you do. Tour managing, event organizing. Working with celebrities. I mean, we're gonna go into all that because your story is crazy.
Yeah.
But as far as like for the past year, like mentally, how have you been able to like adapt to all the madness, knowing that a lot of venues are shut down.
Yeah.
Like, you've done a lot of VIP club nights as well.
Yeah.
So you've done all that. You've been doing go, and then all of a sudden Boris is telling shut down. You got to be at home.
Absolutely.
So how have you been able to adapt for the whole year?
Do you know what? I think it's more so to do with, I took personally like a break to just get my personal mental health kind of sustain, together. I don't think, a lot of people within the industry would say that, you would go, and you'd be like ripping and running throughout life and your job and what we do, but you'll never have a moment of stillness. So I must admit, like, for me, that this whole time has been family orientated and me mentally getting myself, on a level where I'm like, I'm happy within, because what happens in life is like, for my career, you be going and you don't really have that opportunity to really understand, what's going on internally. There's a lot of things that I'm able to, just I'll be out on a night out and just forget, personal feelings and stuff. So to be honest with you, I think it's the first time I've ever been still and dealt with my mental health. So yeah, in terms of career life, that was like on the back burner.
Definitely. I mean, for a lot of
it had to be.
It had to be on the back burner. But, for me personally, I've had to adapt in doing Zoom calls and meetings online and stuff like that. Did you have to do a lot of that?
Do you know what? I think for the first lockdown, everything was, everyone kind of anticipated for it to like not really go as long as it has. So then we was obviously we had a tour initially. It was meant to happen last year.
Was that with DC Young Fly? Was that the last one you did before it shut down?
Yeah, because then we did Be Simone, and then we had DC Young Fly, which we were programming for, getting ready, as well as an artist called Fat Boy, SSE.
Yes.
So we were working on those 2 projects. So for us, it was like, okay, cool, no worries. Let's see if we can pull it later on within the year. So then we're planning to see how we can actually create some cool content around that to kind of get people amped and excited. Then the second lockdown came and we're like, actually, hold on a second. This might be next year. Yeah. So from then, I think that was a pause button that it gave us all, like, hey, actually, maybe this is looking like it's a no-go for the rest of the year. And from that point, I kind of was, it took a toll on me because I'm like, I'm not used to this. I'm not ready for this, and I had all these projects that are basically sold out and people asking what's going on. And you don't have the answers.
You don't.
None
of us have the answers.
However,
not even Kanye West didn't have the answers for this one.
No one did. And I'm like, hello, it's me, Jesus, what's going on? Literally.
Yeah. Not even the whole Almighty could even give us the answers.
No, it wasn't that. So, obviously we then started looking out the next year. And then from there, I went into plan mode, but as well as like, I took a back step and kind of just zoned out and tried to see what exactly was going on in the world.
So what happened with the logistics? Because you just mentioned that you had a lot of events before the first lockdown, DC Young Fly, B Simone. So when it came to the point of it's all shut down. How did you work the logistics to go like, okay, we'll have to plan for next year or plan for a couple of months down ahead?
Yep.
Did that affect you as far as, I mean, you don't have to go into too deep financially, but did that help? Did that really like take a toll on your head to say, not mentally, financially? How did you work around it to make sure that you were cool as well as the people you represented were cool?
Do you know what? I think the biggest thing about us is that you know, the position I'm in, you never show your cards, like as in like you don't show face. So if something's going wrong as a tour manager, you just don't let them know if something's going wrong. So for me, to them, it was almost like, it's fine, we're going to push back, we're going to get another date. We're able to look in the following year, so we got a date already penciled in. So that was the focus, like hey, don't worry, what we're going to do surrounding that is we're going to work with brands, get some, you know, content maybe during that whole process. You kind of come up with like a marketing plan in my eyes, but inside I'm like, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on? You know, but obviously as a tour manager and like at the face of it, you don't never show, you know, you don't show them.
Show the emotion.
You don't show the emotions. You don't show that something's going on. It's not going to plan.
But I feel like with mental health, like, you know, that's really taken a toll on us, like for the past year, like especially with everything to do with COVID, everything surrounding it as well. And so how were you able to, like, you know, keeping your head to keep cool, but you must have felt like hurt on the inside.
Absolutely.
But how were you able to not show face and just keep it moving?
Just believe. You know, like that's I mean, everyone knows me for somebody that you always see with a smile on her face. So I've always been that. And from my family's perspective, I'm like the goat of the family. So
I bet you're the life of the party.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I got a twin sister. She pushes me to the front all the time. I'm like, girl, like let me be in the back for a little bit.
You know what I mean? Let me do my thing for a little hot second. You know what I'm saying?
Let me just chill.
So I mean, you know, speaking, you said you're the life of the party. You got that energy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm gonna go into some of the IG posts. I've been stalking you, so I've been seeing what's wrong with you. So, but I mean, how did you? I mean, let's take it back from the beginning.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously you tour manage, you event organize, you work with celebrities. How did you get to that position where it was literally, this is the life I've chose? Like, how did you get to that point?
It's almost like the life that chose me, to be honest. I think it was right place at the right time. I don't know, but I've been brought up in a family where we're go-getters. So from like the age of 15, I flew with like £20 in my pocket to America to go to uni out there.
Wow.
That I got a scholarship myself, because I used to play soccer, football. So I got a full scholarship. I secured
you're even
one.
saying soccer. You've
soccer.
Been in America too long.
Just in case the Americans are watching. Soccer.
Trust me.
So I got a full scholarship, and then from there I lived in America for like just under 9 years.
Wow.
So it's pretty much that I've always been a go-getter. You know, I put myself in positions where I'm be seen, or I can network with someone that can get to me from A to B. You know, and I've always had that attitude. You know, it's come from a young place, from my mum as my inspiration. You know, so I feel as though like this career has kind of chosen me. I've kind of been plotted in positions and been, hey, would you be up for this? And I'm like, sure, I don't know how to do it, but I'm going to figure it out. You know,
Sure.
So that's pretty much how I've been able to get where I am.
So were you working like, you know, like obviously everyone works a 9 to 5 or somewhere or another, or was it always the case that, you know what I mean, I'm not doing a 9 to 5, or did you had to do that before you got to that point?
Yeah, so I was like, it was crazy because when I came back from America, I had like a little bit of experience, and I was like Drake's PA for a little bit, and like worked with like Rick Ross and stuff like that.
Nice.
So I pretty much was like a runner back then. And then when I came back, I was like, you know, I need a job. You know, so I'm actually, by degree, I've got a graphic design degree.
So did I.
Yeah.
What uni did you go to?
In America.
Oh, you went. It was in America.
Yeah, it was in the States.
I thought you was gonna say you did a transfer over to the UK, and then you went over. Oh, okay, I was gonna get gaslight. I went to London College of Communication in South London, but obviously, you just broke my heart.
No, I'm sorry. Rewind. Yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yes, I definitely did go to that school. Damn it.
Yeah, we playing ourselves.
We're playing ourselves.
Yeah.
So literally, then I was like, I need a job, and then one of my friends' uncle was like, hey, you got a graphic design degree, come work with us. So I was with a small agency back then for a little bit just designing. And I think one day one of my friends was like, hey, are you not doing music anymore? Like, are you up for like being a runner and like assistant to Pele while he's here for a week?
Yes. Was that that was off Carnaby Street, wasn't it?
Yeah. So that, honestly, that was, from that point, I was with him for like 2 weeks.
Nice.
I took 2 weeks off of the agency, and I was like, yeah, I'm going on holiday. But no, I was with Pele for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Ripping and running through the heart of like London and Birmingham and Manchester. And off the back of that, I came in 2 days afterwards, cried my eyes out in the office, and I was like, this is not for me.
Not for you, yeah.
You know, so that was my little 9 to 5 moment. It lasted about 2 years.
Okay.
And then I was out the door.
It was like deuces.
Yeah, deuces. After that,
Yeah.
I was just like, this is not me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a 9 to 5 chick.
Yeah.
I've just been with Pele to come back and, you know.
So was he your first sort of initiation to get into this life, really?
Yeah, it really was. I think because it landed on my lap out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know,
So it was kind of a mixture of luck, but also work hard and determination to get there. So it was literally, it fell on your lap.
Do you know what? I think I'm really big on when it comes to, you know, like, I feel like you put yourself in positions that you want to be able to succeed in, but as well as be a good person. Like, everyone knows, like, I'm from Tottenham, you know, I've never forgotten where I've come from. And I feel like you reap what you sow, you know, my heart is good. And so when your heart is good, you're able to get good in return.
Yeah.
So I feel like I live by those rules, you know, like, and then I feel like I've been given the opportunity to shine in areas because people just genuinely just like me, you know.
Well, you're definitely liked by a lot of people.
Come on!
You're definitely liked by a lot of people because, you know, like I said before, you tour manage Gorillaz.
Big.
I mean, we'll go into them in a minute.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of VIP nights, live events. You brought over celebrities like Cardi B,
Yeah.
Dej Loaf,
Absolutely.
147 Cowboy,
Yeah.
Nick Cannon.
Come on.
While now, I mean, the list goes on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, talk to us about like those sort of experiences. So if we start with like Dej Loaf, because you brought her over in 2016.
Yep.
Was that your? I mean, obviously Pele was your initiation, but was Dej Loaf your first international artist that you represented and bring it over to London?
Yep. So she was. We did a couple of like parties before that, but it wasn't artists. It was like more like Terrence J, Amber Rose. So like I was entertainers.
Yeah.
But like for a first concert and like a tour, Dej Loaf was it, you know, and like off the back of that, like it went from 0 to 100 after that, you know, but.
Mad.
It was wicked because it was her first time here, and that's how I started getting known around being the plug.
Yeah.
Because I was also connecting folks that I've never. So that was her first ever UK appearance. You know, so I broke her into the scene after Try Me. From there, we created a great relationship. She's one of my best friends now, still today.
Oh, God bless.
You know, big up Dej Loaf.
Yeah.
But yeah, so literally off the back of that, I was just like, yeah, this is what we're doing. This is my zone.
Yeah.
You know.
So literally, that was kind of the the really grasping point of like, yep, that's really where I'm gonna get down to now.
100%. You know, that life is, and the thing about it was just so easy. Like, you know, when you can like something, but as well as the job that you're doing, it's just like. I'm getting up. I mean, people be like, "How are you talking just like the Gorillaz and stuff like that? Ain't it hard?" And I'm like, "No, because."
But when you
I'm
think
just, like,
when you
so
think of like
it.
when you think of like work, when you think of like work, you feel like you have to go to work. But in your case, it's just like it doesn't feel like work.
No.
You know, you feel like it's just like another day at the office.
That's
like,
it.
And you're enjoying it in the process.
Well, I think that's the true element of where everyone should get to in their life, you know? Go for something that you enjoy. If you don't have that, if you're getting up in front of those, this is a task and oh my gosh, I'm dragging my feet, I can't be bothered. Just leave it, girl. Or leave it, boy. Just leave it, you know?
So how did Dej, take that experience in London? Because obviously this is your first time representing an artist, bringing over them to them in London.
Yeah.
Like you've had like entertainers like you just mentioned, but
how
guide us through from the whole experience in brief and how you felt in taking in that experience, as well as Dej. You're representing her, your best friends now. So guide us through that experience and how you felt when you first did that.
Do you know what? She landed. We all went to pick her up. They were all like, as folks do, it's like almost like a force to be friends immediately because, you know, I'm taking care of you for, you know, a week, you know. So then from then it was a bit like, you know, hi, how are you? A bit standoffish. But I think the difference hence why we're best friends now, the experience turned from, you know, we're not just going to drop you to the hotel and just leave you there and pick you up, and which some promoters do. You know, it'll be very like precise. It'll be like drop you at the hotel, pick you up at 9, perform, drop you back, and that's it. Whereas for us, it was like, we drop you into the hotel, we're going to pick you up, we're going to take you to do this, and this. Press, we've got some restaurant that wants to feed you, we're going to take you back, we've got a performance, but we've got some fans that want to meet you at this brunch. It was very like homely, you know, and then...
So you come across as very personable.
Exactly. And then from there, her guard came down, you know. We had the after party that night after she performed in Birmingham, was amazing. Went back and I was like, you know, she wasn't ready to sleep. So I was like, oh, I have like a favorite restaurant of mine, a Chinese restaurant. This is a local spot. I hope you don't mind. From that point, you know, took her there. It wasn't bougie. It was just very underground. She had like, from this day, she's like, I want that prawn toast. Like, from this day, she'd be like, yo, is that prawn toast?
That is so hood. That is so hood. That's the hoodest thing I've heard so far.
You want that prawn toast? You know? Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that prawn toast is banging.
Yeah.
Yo, Blue Nile in Leicester Square.
Okay.
It's what's basically what, Chinatown?
Yeah.
Ton up. I ain't gonna lie.
Mad.
So we took her there. From that point, it was wicked. We literally left. We went to another club. We weren't supposed to. She didn't get paid for it or nothing. She was just like, I'm just so chilled and relaxed. Let's just go have fun. You know, the next day we went and saw like, you know, the palace and stuff like that. Like, it was just very personable. She was just so, she couldn't believe that the experience just turned into like, I'm going to take you to my spots. You know, I've even had other clients come over before and I'm like, hey, I'm having a family barbecue. I know you're not doing nothing this Saturday. Your booking's on Sunday, but do you want to come to my family barbecue? They're like, okay. And then they come, and it's just like, yo.
How would the family ever receive it? So like, when they know they've got a celebrity coming into the program, I said, what now?
Do you know what? We had this chick called Abigail. She's like a really big DJ back from iHeart. We had her perform at my Miami to London event, and she had a sister that came over with her, and they were in a hotel, and they were like, you know what? Okay, cool. They came in, everyone's like, oh my gosh, we've seen this girl on TV. And then my mom's Jamaican, so she's just like, oh, you're right, what's some food, want some chicken? Boom, boom, boom. And they're like, all right, cool. Rum punch, all right.
I bet she was like, yeah, beforehand, if it was just you, so like, get your own food.
Get your own food, man.
As soon as they come in, it's like, oh yeah, what you want, man? We'll get it, you know.
Yeah. I'm looking at her like, girl, mommy, please behave.
Don't need to fake now.
Don't fake now, girl. In there.
Yeah.
So literally, that's how we are. That's how I am. Yeah. So if anyone that I book personally, they leave as one of my closest friends because you know, in life I feel like we have to all take care of each other, no matter what position you're in. For sure. You know I can teach you some things no matter where we are in life. Do you know what I mean? So for them, it's like they learn a lot from me too. Do you know what I mean? So
I'm definitely getting a lot of gems from this because this is what I aim to achieve with every conversation I have with anyone that I meet. Yeah. I was to say touch. I thought,
yeah,
what?
touch.
Touch. Well, we'll cue
and then
interaction
finally,
now, but no one's there.
Touch me.
Touch me, tease me. There was there. But I mean, as in to say, like, you know, when I talk to people and there's gems that come out of a conversation, I feel like I can learn out of this. And you know, you're definitely an example of someone that I've learned already that it's just to be personable with people, and that you'll go a long way with it, and it's just organic as well. Yeah. I mean, you know, another person I have to talk about, Cardi B. Yeah. Because I mean, a year on, you know, by far one of the biggest artists, hands down. Yeah. And you know, first time in London as well. A lot of firsts I'm noticing, like Dej Loaf first, Cardi B first. Yeah. She said, like, I mean, I was watching a Tim Westwood interview when she came over that, you know, she's loving the nightlife and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So, I mean, talk to me about, you know, how that connection happened.
So Cardi, like, one thing about me, like, she was in Love and Hip Hop at the time. It was right before when she dropped Bodak Yellow. And, like, I don't know what it is, but I'm, like, really, I'm really got a thing for searching for talent that I feel in my gut that's about to blow. So I really I'm good at really just identifying that. So that's with Dej, and that was obviously with Cardi B. So right before she was going to drop Bodak Yellow, there was something about her, and I was just like, she's likable. Yeah. We need to bring her. And no one, it's so crazy because I went to so many different people to like partner up with to do it. One guy was like, yeah, cool, let's just do it, but it's a risk. This is crazy. Risk my back foot. Literally, we sold out. We sold out, 3 dates? Yeah. Two concerts on one after party in Birmingham. It was like a show after party. Out of like within like 2-3 weeks. And then Coco's was like 1,400 capacity. So for someone like her, that's just like, a personality on TV, to come and sell out these capacity venues.
Crazy.
It's crazy. So we went from 0 to 100 with that.
Yeah.
But even when we're meeting her, when she landed, let me tell you, Cardi B is the most genuine, littest person that I ever met.
Yeah.
Like, I just felt like I met my sister. And literally the vibe, it was just so cool. Like, the energy was just nice. The guys got off, they were like, yo, let's just go for it. Like, what do you want? Like, what do you need? Like, they were here for everything and anything. I remember she did interviews down to big up my friend Jutty, and she her last interview was at like 10 p.m. And we were ripping and running all across town. And then she was like, what's my last interview? She was like, who is this girl? And I gave her backstory. And she's like, we're not cancelling, because even though Cardi was tired, she's like, we're going to go to every single one of them.
Wow. Crazy.
So from that point, I was like, this girl, I knew that she deserved any success that she had coming to her after that. After meeting her, I was like, she's going to be one of the biggest. And look at her now.
Yeah, look at her now.
Look at her now, man.
Crazy. I mean,
but again, it's her energy. It's her energy. She's just down to earth,
She's infectious as well. Like, oh, you okay? Oh, right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought we'll go through. We're cutting through.
No, good.
So, I mean, with Cardi and Dej and things like that. So, I mean, what do you take as like those experiences, and what learning curves did you make along the way as far as like, meeting those guys? Like, what did you take out of those experiences to push on forward even further?
That there's more to life than we all imagine. Like, I feel as though like a lot of us, especially in the music industry here in the UK, is very narrow-minded. I feel like the biggest thing for me was to conquer how do we connect the US and the UK. I feel like there's so many amazing talents here in the UK. However, when you touch on like who would sell out in the US, it's going to be a hard conversation to have. So for me, my main aim in the industry is to be able to connect the US and the UK. I want to be able to have something that we own and can create in the States, So for me, my initiative initially was like London the Plug. I'm the plug to be able to have that connection, So for me, I feel as though what I took from that is that it's possible. I'm not making it up. However, you gotta go, you gotta be a go-getter, you gotta network, you gotta reach out. Facts. You gotta ask for help if you need it, So for me now, I'm still not where I want to be, but I'm still climbing those ranks, I'm still out here reaching out to the States and stuff. So I feel as though like anything that you imagine to be, like, look past that though. Don't just do that one thing. For me, I could have stopped at Cardi B, but I was like, nah,
you gotta keep going.
I'm gonna keep going.
I mean, you certainly did, because I mean the Gorillaz,
oh my god,
tour managed them, like biggest band worldwide again.
Yes.
I mean, again, talk to us about the connection you had with those guys and then doing their North American tour. Crazy.
Listen, my life changed. I must admit, like
my life changed.
My life changed.
You're getting all the style, girl.
My life changed, and like it was amazing. Like I'm one of the youngest that got brought onto the team, the tour management team, and I look different. I'm tatted up. I'm Caribbean, and it was awesome to be able to I was honored to be able to be accepted into that, because I was the first ever that looks like me.
Yeah.
So I think on the grounds of being able to walk away from that and being like, hey, anyone that looks like me, we can get to these places. Do you know what I mean? Especially from a point of view of, someone like the Gorillaz. When I told my mum the Gorillaz has just hired me, and my dad, they could not believe it.
Yeah, I bet they did.
They're like, wait, what?
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Like, the Gorillaz?
Yeah.
So, and for me, it comes from a place of like, even for them, that I'm so honored, and I thank them every day that they gave me an opportunity, again, someone that looks like me, So, and that then now resonates through life. I feel like I'm able to give like a voice, like we can be in those positions because I am, and that landed on my lap. Big up Laurie London. She's the reason why I was in that position.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that girl for ages.
Listen, big up Laurie, man.
Yeah.
Big up Laurie. Like literally was on a night out and she was like, hey, would you do all these big things? I'm gonna put you forward for a job. We were literally drunk in the taxi heading to the box.
Yeah, that's Laurie for you.
Yeah, drunk in the taxi heading to the box. And she emailed Tanya and she was like, I got the right person for you. And boom, I got the job, you know? So, yeah, man.
You know, people in the right places.
People in the right places. Live good with people. That's all I can say. Live good with people. Trust me, it comes round in circles all the time.
Well,
all the time, man.
I mean, going through your IG, I mean, there's loads of celebrities that you've taken pictures with. I'm guilty as charged. When I've done interviews, it's got to be the standard picture.
Yeah, man.
You got to do that. But,
come take a picture with me.
You know, no, you have to. Like, you're the famous one.
I'm famous.
You're the famous one.
You need to know me.
They got to know that you're the plug.
Facts.
So, I mean, Dreezy, Steph London, Stormzy, Little Sims, Cuppy, Emily Sandé, Big Boy, Rick Ross, T.I., Ludacris, Rashida, Wealth and the Great. That's another one. That's interesting. Pusha T. I mean, there's loads I probably have missed out on. But what stands out to me is Steph London, because this was just on the cusp of her blowing up as well.
Yeah.
And you was on the shoot for a Real Thing as well.
Yeah.
I saw those pictures as well. Like, you look like you girls were
ages ago, innit?
Shit. I was
way
I
back.
should be there, you know.
Innit? Way back in time. That's when I was a little rock star then.
You definitely look like a rock star.
Yeah, I was a rock star then.
You know, so, I mean, obviously seeing Steph London from that point, because I met her a couple of months before she supported Miss Banks at, you know, it was a local like sort of venue in... I think it was in Shoreditch near somewhere. And, you know, I got to talk to her and I knew she had that star power, and it was just a matter of time. And I've been trying to get an interview for so long, and then all of a sudden she blew up. Yeah. So, I mean, for you, like, you know, how, you know, talk to us about like Real Thing, being on shoot and just meeting Steph.
Do you know what? I actually landed back from America. And it was crazy because a lot of us used to go out to a club called Visions. I don't remember Visions back in Dalston, but like it was a very hot creative spot. Yeah. And all of us used to go out there. And from down to Miss Banks, Monique Laws, Steph London,
big up Monique Laws,
big up Monique. I know, literally. So I was within the in squad. So I was out all the time with them. So off the back of that, she was just my friend. You know, I just, you know, I knew the chick and she was doing well. But in terms of investing her in her career, you know, I wasn't necessarily around during those moments because I was back and forth from the States.
For sure.
But when I came back, then she blew up.
There you go.
But what's amazing is that it was from even down to Sims, you know, little Sims, she was around kind of the same crowd. But it's so powerful to see all these beautiful women that were around that generation time, and they all now in their own rights have done something big.
For sure.
You know, so I feel as though it's like, we have something powerful here within the creative industry. It's just about using each other, utilizing. So I feel like they ran in a squad and they blew up in a squad. You know, the Monique Laws, the Banks, the Steph London, you know. So it's very, very powerful things for us to like always, I feel like for me, you got to associate yourself with people, you know, that are either better than you or just the amount, because it's almost like someone said to me the other day, it was so powerful. It was like, you know, show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Oh,
powerful moments, right? Powerful. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. So for me, because I had like friends that I witnessed them girls all together and they've all blown up, like literally again, show me your friends and I'll show you. And
literally the future is here now.
That's
like
it.
You're already here.
Come
like the future's already looking bright.
Yes.
It's further looking bright. I mean, it's even brighter than the sun that we're having right now.
Isn't it hot? It's hot, people.
It's hot in here. You know, no one's there. But I wanted to ask, like, you know, who has been the celebrity that has surprised you the most, as far as like, you know, when you met them, you didn't expect them to be the way they are, but there was like, oh, you're cool, man. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Who surprised you the most?
Let me think about this one. That's a good question. Probably Nick Cannon.
Okay.
And no,
it's not a cliche. Also, like I would expect that.
Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
But also, I mean, I would have said Cardi B, only because, like, you know, she's just so down to earth. Like, I remember one time we were having a meeting and she was naked, just walking around, just like, girl, pass me my dressing gown over there. It's just like, and I'm like, yeah, cool. By the way, let you know you got an hour before we leave. You know what I mean? But everyone knows she's got that personality already. Everyone's seen that.
Yeah.
But Nick Cannon, like, he's so down to earth. He's so spiritual. I didn't know that. He will be like in a club, just laid back, chilled, and it doesn't matter who you are. You know, it's like, yo, come through. I want to meet you.
Yeah.
But just as much so, actually, that I'm thinking, who else? B Simone.
Yes.
Like, big up B, man.
Yes, big up B.
You know why? Because she said, even though we had like a meet and greet, she was like, yeah, cool, they can meet me for like 5 minutes extra, but I want to meet everybody. I want to meet everybody. Everybody that bought a ticket tonight, come up right now and get a picture with me. Bearing in mind, this is like nearly 1,000 people, you know? Like, it's a lot of people in the building.
That's
and I'm looking at her like, girl.
Are you sure?
No, we're not doing this right. Yeah, everybody, come on, let's come up. I'm like, wow. She's like, listen.
Dedicated.
Yeah. You know? So there's quite a few. That are amazing. They're just human beings.
Because I guess what I'm learning from this particular point is that, you know, no matter how big you are, like, you know, if you're willing to go all out to meet your fans or going all out to do something, you must have thought in your head thinking like, if she's willing to do that, gosh, like, I'm gonna take that as a part of me to do that too. Yeah,
there's so many things that I do for free. There's so many things, and still to this day, you know, like there's something happened the other day. My friend lost a venue, and I was in meetings for a festival, and I just cancelled the whole day, and I was like, yo, I need to help my friend get in the venue, you know? And she was like, let me pay you. And I'm like, no, it's cool, because, you know, in life, it comes back round. So it's always a full circle, you know? And one day I might need you, you know? And I'm really like that. And that's why when I say, like, I come to interviews, I'm like, yo, if you ever got a question, just DM me, you know? And as soon as I can, any DMs that come through are always messaging. And then my agent and stuff and Sophie with PR, they were like, yo, like, chill out, don't get stressed out about that. And I'm like, no, I've got to answer back to this chick that's got problems, and like, do you know, I need to help her.
It's good to have that balance though.
Yeah, for sure, it's good to have a balance, but for sure, I 100% I'm here for helping, you know, where I can.
And, you know, and you've been touring all over the world as well. Like, I'm a little bit jealous, I can't lie.
I've been a lot of places.
You've been a lot of places.
I've been a lot of places.
You know, and obviously you were saying like you were in America for a good part of like what 7 years?
Nearly 8 years.
8 years.
Years, yeah.
And you know, so obviously you've connected with people over there. You've ingrained into the culture, what American culture is. So what would be the main thing that you've taken away from being in America that you take away with you everywhere you go?
Wow. Move as a family. I feel like my biggest opportunity I got when I was working with Young Money.
Right.
And one thing about Americans, they're going to help where they can, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Like, even like, I remember big up Julian, Party Next Door's management. I just met him after 2 days in LA. Mad. And he was just like, he was like, hey, if you ever need a place, you can crash up my place down in downtown Hollywood.
Okay.
And I'm like,
just like that. There you go.
I'm like, wait, what? But like, literally, I feel as though treat everybody with kindness. You know, don't forget where you come from. I feel like the biggest team management companies like the Young Money and stuff, they're massive and amazing in this position because they help where they can. You know, obviously they know their boundaries, but I mean, what I took away from that is I'm going to always be on call, you know. I'm never going to forget where I come from. You know, I do big things, you know, but I've got more bigger things to do. I haven't come in it. I'm from Tottenham. I know my roots. You know what I mean? I'm a Tottenham gal. Will always be.
Gal.
Yard gal. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think one thing I learned is that you're never too big for your boots. You know, you're always going to be in a position where you need to learn.
No pun intended with Scorsese.
Yeah. Bow. That's it.
See? That's what I'm saying. Just bring the puns when you didn't even know
it. I'm saucy like that, you know. I'm saucy.
Well, I mean, you got a lot of swagger to you as well. I mean, you know, you're a bit of a dancer as well.
Listen, I could have shut it down. I ain't gonna lie.
You know, what's your go-to dance move when you're at a rave?
The wine, mate. I'm joking.
Yeah, can we cut
the wine. We want the wine.
Yeah, cut the cameras off. Yeah.
I'm joking. My go-to probably the shoulders.
Oh,
yeah, I'm a smooth one, innit? So like I learned that from the States, like the Uzi Vert kind of like.
Okay, so more like, smooth operator kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is for me, I got 2 left feet, so you know what I mean. Like I can follow the wine.
Okay.
I mean, I'll tell you a quick story.
You can hold it.
Yeah, I can hold it.
Okay.
I'll tell you a quick story. So I went to Carnival 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And my friends were like filming and random blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then they were filming me like in my directions, and I had a fucking Kronenberg in my hand, like a can of Foster's, mate. And then there was a girl that was whining by herself, like with 2 friends, and literally I thought, let me just walk up to the and do the wine. That was the most amount of comments I ever had in my entire life, and they all said the same thing. I did not expect that coming from you.
Really?
Yeah, because they don't. They see me.
Yes.
They see me as this like. They see me as this stiff guy that can't move. But when I did that, it's just like.
Yo, they're like, what?
They look at. they're looking at my ass thinking like, how can you move like that?
So
even my mum was saying to me, like,
secured the wine.
Yeah, mum was saying to me, Joel, I know you can't dance. How the hell did you do that?
Yes. It might be the can of Foster's.
It might have been the Dutch courage a little bit. Just a little bit.
A little piece.
But I mean, it was hot outside as well, so that kind of worn off. So maybe it was just my inner confidence.
Okay. The hips were nice and loose.
At the time.
At the time?
At the time.
Big it up.
Yeah. Give me a bit of Dutch courage and then I'm
Listen,
full there,
me
bro.
too, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Give me a little Hennessy.
All right.
Hennessy and Coke. Listen, you got a little Chris Brown on the dance floor, mate.
Listen, I'm more of a Di Serrano or, you know what I mean?
Sweet
I like
things.
a little bit of gin and lemonade as well.
Okay.
It's kind of mustieds.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm definitely in the brown juice.
All right, well, listen, the next time you got an event or you got something going down, like I'm there.
Wicked.
And literally like just, I don't mind trying stuff as long as I don't mix, because mixing don't
Listen,
well with me. Yeah.
Mixing don't work well with me either. I ain't gonna talk about that one, boy.
Well,
but I got PTSD.
I've had stories
I got PTSD right now.
Yeah. And I seen like a picture as well that you were playing a game of pool. Now, were you posing or were you being for real? Because I am very competitive.
Babe, I can throw it down.
You could. Hey,
listen.
Okay. I'm putting this on camera
guys,
right now.
Listen,
right?
that's fine.
Listen, I want to challenge you.
Okay.
I'm being serious as well.
I'm being serious too.
Okay, we're there.
Are we shaking? Okay.
Yeah, look, you seen it on camera.
Okay.
Next time I'm at pool table, it's on.
Done.
It's on.
Mate.
Maybe not for money first.
Nah. You say backtracking.
No, more for bragging rights.
Okay, bragging rights.
Right, cool.
Okay, bragging rights.
Because I saw the picture and I was thinking like, did you just pose for that? I feel like, are you playing me?
Nah, I definitely can play pool.
Ooh.
Yeah, my dad used to play snooker, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So he's one of them dudes.
Yeah.
Profesh.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Be scared.
I mean, yeah, my dad.
It's okay.
Well, my dad's a sperm donor, so I haven't seen him around at all. So
okay.
I just don't know what he's like. So I don't know if
Pick
he was good at pool. Yeah, pick him up for making me. Anyway,
gunshots.
All good.
To your head top.
To your head top there. Yeah. And also as well, I want to touch on like the Ends Festival from 2 years ago, because we were there.
Yes.
We were there on the Friday.
I was at Amalou.
Yeah. Amazing. So I mean, because obviously the first festival in South London in Croydon. I mean, you must have been to plenty of festivals in your time, but like to be in South London, like what was the experience like for you there?
Wow. First of all, I was so happy, because it's just like, you know, when you think about Croydon, you're thinking about, you know, your culture, you're back down in the South.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm like, a festival in South, I'm like, big up my people there, you know.
Trust.
It was amazing, you know. Amalou, I was at Amalou at the time. I didn't stay that long because I think we had 2 shows that day, but it was an amazing experience. I had a great time. I know that their listings, their lineup was amazing. It was awesome.
It was.
You know, so I was just like, this in South London. When's the next one?
When is it? Yes.
When is the next one?
I mean, we were waiting for it, and all of a sudden, like, flipping, you know, Corona, like, come on, man. Like,
nah, guys, we gotta keep it.
We gotta bring it back.
We gotta bring it back, man. We gotta keep it going. I get, you know, the wireless is all the big boy things, love box and stuff.
Well, forget
them.
Forget wireless.
Let's
talk about your thing.
This is my point.
Let's talk about your thing now.
Let's talk about my thing.
So literally, you got No Limit Fest.
No Limit Fest, man.
This is your first festival that you've organised?
First festival
ever that's
ever.
all on you.
Ever.
And obviously big up to Sophie as well, you know, for PRing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to us about how you wanted to get this festival set up. Like, what made you decide, like, you've done all these experiences, you know, beautiful experiences we talked about. Now you got your own festival. Talk to me about that.
So, No Limit Fest. Oh my gosh. So it's like me and like 4 other guys behind it. And literally, we all were doing events prior to this. And I know one day we're just like, yo, we need to do something bigger. I think we're all in a place of like depression, just like this is, you know, hearing all these news about the entertainment's going downhill. And I'm like, man, this is getting depressing by the days it comes. You know what? Though, what we're going to do is just do our own festival. How about that? Come to June 21st. We're going to find the closest date to that date and put on our own festival. It went from booking DJs to, oh, actually, we've got funds to do this. Okay, cool. Let's book some acts. Oh, actually, we can book bigger acts. Okay, let's do that. And now we're looking like the latest probably thing going on in the streets, as they say, in comparison to the other stuff. But yeah, No Limit Fest, man. Like we are, it's our little baby. We're putting it on the wheels for the first year and it will be one of the biggest.
Put it in the universe.
Yeah, it will be one of the biggest out there internationally as well. So Yeah, man.
I mean, you got Millions, you got Western Art
IQ,
Ads,
yes.
Alakai Harley,
Cheers.
Heartless Crew.
Yes.
I mean, big up Henry,
Yes,
Remy Bergs, Afro B as well.
Jules.
Jules.
Listen, all of
it's
them.
crazy, man. It's looking to be like a really lit, like festival, lit event as well. So, how proud are you in the fact that amongst all the badness that's been coming in the past year, and all of a sudden now we've got hope, and this is the first step to it.
This is what I love, is that we're getting actually like positive feedback, where it's like we actually read all our feedback and it's like we needed this, we couldn't wait, it's feasible as well. Like our tickets started at 20 quid. The quality of artists that we got, like we're kind of putting ourselves in a zone of like we might not make no profit, however we're doing it for the culture, we're doing it for every single person that I know that felt like me, that needed to finally have something to look forward to. And this is like we're going bigger and better too, but this is just phase 1. We're looking to drop a phase 2.
Oh wow! Okay, okay.
Exclusive.
So this is exclusive. So because I was looking at it, and I'm thinking like, surely this isn't it.
Nah,
surely
that's not it. That's not it.
Okay,
that's the beginning.
Could you potentially tease us in ideas of who we may be looking at? I mean, if you can't give names, is it like what can you tell us?
We can't give names, but however, we were super focused on the UK for the first phase.
Okay.
And now for the second phase, we're going international. So we got some folks flying in. Flying in on planes. From across the seas over 10 hours. So they
crazy.
That's the insight to the fact that if you don't have your ticket right now, on the basis of phase 1, I suggest
phase 2?
Yeah. I suggest you go and be all ready to just be like clickety click, because did it one time, because phase 2 is looking like a complete sellout.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Basically.
I mean, I can't wait for the prospect of it. I mean, I can't wait to even be there. To enjoy the vibes of a festival again. I mean, all your beautiful story today, like it's inspired me a lot. So I really do appreciate your time in speaking to me. I mean, what are you looking towards next? I mean, because the world's your oyster at this point. And obviously, hopefully that a lot more of the lockdown like lifts and there's like barely any more stuff that's going on with it. But what are you looking most forward to?
For me, it's just being able to be active again. I mean, just as much as the festival, I've got my own plug set, pull up on the plug. So now I'm getting more bookings coming in for that. So I'm looking to be on stage and bring a vibe to that. But just as much as getting back on tour, I've got quite a few artists that are waiting.
I knew touring was going to be something you were mentioning. I bet you missed it so much.
Yeah, I do. We're a family.
Go back home in America as well for a bit.
For sure. I mean, this is the most I've ever been in the UK, which is wicked, but I'm ready to just get back to what I'm used to. I'm used to being in the States and at the BET Awards and stuff like that, the Oscars, and there's like so much stuff that I know that if COVID didn't hit, I would have been in a bigger place. However, I feel like now we're gonna still do the same thing, but I'm gonna be better inside, mentally.
Wow.
So I feel like that now. Then I'm in a good place where I know I'm ready to receive what's coming to me.
Oh, wow. I mean, you've got such a beautiful soul. I can see.
Thank you.
Last question I'm gonna say to you is, what are the 3 things that you're most grateful for?
Wicked. That's a wicked question. My family.
It goes without question.
Of course. My family. I feel like people that believe in me. So like my team, Sophie's, the Nigels, the Tijans, Jay Kelly, like those folks, even within like the Jada, like for WizKid's team, and Tanya from the Gorillaz. There's so many people that surround me that really truly believe in me and inspire me. So there's been moments where I've dipped, and I've forgotten I'm the plug. And they've always reminded me that you are the plug. Like, what are you doing,
So have I got you as the plug now?
You got me as the plug now, boo.
All right.
Come on.
All right. You heard it here first.
Cheers. That's 2.
Yep.
So like my family, my colleagues, my people that I work with. And the third thing, I feel like I'm going to put that to me. I'm going to have to tap myself on the back,
Yep,
because
definitely for sure.
Thank you. I think my determination, I'm very proud that I'm able to, be a child of God in a way where I have hope and believe, and that's keeping me alive, to really just understand the person who I am and what I've got to give to the world. So now I'm at a place where I truly believe in who I am, so I can give more to you. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's the three things that I'm like that's keeping me going, that's keeping this fire burning for me, man. Boy. As the plug, if you want to know who the plug is, you know? I mean, that's the three things, mate.
Like literally. Like, on my first official interview out of my house.
Lit.
And this is one of the latest interviews so
far
for me
so
this
lit.
year.
Hey.
Full stop. Like, because when I like I said to you before, when I can gain and learn and take away from this stuff, it just makes me feel like a better person from it. And I have to thank you firstly for your time. Yeah. I know you got more famous shit to do, so I ain't gonna hold you up much
I've got an event tonight. I've got an event tonight and tomorrow.
You got a bowling event tonight. So I know you're gonna turn up. If you can tell our audience where they can catch you on all the socials and what's coming up for you, the floor is yours, sweetheart.
Boom. Landing the plug in the building, guys.
Yeah.
Come on, big up this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, pull up on the plug. Got several events going on. Catch me on Instagram, London the Plug with an S on the end. Of course, Noo Limit Fest. Go get your tickets, guys. Phase 1 is out. Phase 2 is coming. It's lit. Hit up Sophie. She's on the obviously our caption. You see her Instagram. Hit her up for any press inquiries from there. But big up these guys, man. Media Spotlight, you're lit. Bow!
Obviously, the energy is there. It made me feel like I'm going to party now.
Party now. We want to drink now.
Trust me. Hey, listen, where's the Disorano? Hey, listen, can we get that room service?
Like, room service real quick.
Listen, I feel like it's my birthday, but
let's go.
But London, the plug. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the best in your career. And I think this is the start of beautiful things.
Yeah, man.
And obviously, like, you know, me meeting you.
Yeah, we've got to talk after the. We've got to talk after the festival.
We'll talk some business afterwards. We'll cut the camera dead, but.
Not even after the festival, I think would be lit to catch up.
No, 100%. I'm down for it. Hey, you heard it here first. You've seen it on camera, so it's happening. So, no, thank you so much.
Wicked.